Hi everyone, James Robinson here, TPI certified PGA professional and Aimpoint instructor based at the home of Yorkshire Golf, Huddersfield Golf Club. In this video, I'm going to talk you through a few points of Aimpoint Express green reading, just a brief introduction into it, a little bit of an explanation on what it is. I've had a few questions on what it is and what it does and things like that, so I'm not going to take all day going over it, but I'm just going to give you a few little points behind it. So what is it? Aimpoint Express green reading is a field-based technique which is used by tour pros, it's used by good amateurs, it's used by club golfers, it's used by ladies, it's used by men, it's used by juniors, it's used by seniors. It is used by pretty much any demographic of golfer out there. And why? Why do so many people use it? I like to think it's because of the simplicity behind it. When you come for a session, it's quite a lengthy session. If you come on your own, it'll be an hour. If you come in a group session, which I recommend, it will be 2 hours. Now, one of the points that I get from all my sessions is the simplicity behind it and how people thought it would be a lot more technical than what it is. And what I mean by that is, I'll talk people through the process, I'll talk them through what needs to be done, and then teach them accordingly on how to aim to start with. So they'll get the feel, they'll teach them how to aim, and they'll say, "Is that it?" And I say, "Yeah, pretty much, yeah, in a nutshell, that's it." And you can see the relief on people's faces when you tell them that that's it, and then they go and use it, they practice it, and they start making putts, the longer putts, they start knocking them closer, the stop 3 putting, which is one of our big things that we try and help people with. And they bring the enjoyment back into the game. I think one big factor that people lose sight of is why they started playing and why they play. So for me, I started playing because I enjoyed it and I loved it. It happens to be that it's turned out into a career and a job, which is fantastic. Couldn't see myself doing anything else now, but definitely started because I enjoyed it. And I think everybody out there started because they enjoyed it. It is most people's hobby, not necessarily a living. So it's about making the game as easy as possible, because that's how you're going to get the most enjoyment from it. Aimpoint Express is a green reading technique that is primarily based on feel. So what we do is we feel a slope percentage, and then we teach you how to aim away from the hole regards to how much slope that you feel. Now we teach you all this. Isn't something, we don't expect you to come to a session and just know how to feel the slope already and then know how to aim off it. Obviously they are 2-hour sessions when you come, so when you come for a clinic, it's quite a lengthy amount of time. Now that's good because that gives us the time to teach you what you need to learn, what you need to do. I think a lot of people have the feeling that they need to have some kind of pre-training for it, and that's not the case, to be fair. It's quite an extensive course just on its own. And the main point behind it is the simplicity. So the main bit of feedback that I get from people who come for the sessions is the simplicity behind it and how they thought it was going to be a lot more technical than what it is. So that may be something to bear in mind if you're erring away from it just on the idea that it's going to be too technical for you, I can't do that, I'm not clever enough to do that. Maybe give it a go, maybe come and talk to myself, talk to another instructor and see if you fancy doing it just on the back of listening to a few, maybe listening to this video, see what you think. If you listen to the video or you watch the video, should I say, and I've got a face for radio, but this is a video unfortunately. See what you think. Maybe you might watch it and think, oh yeah, I might give that a go, yeah. It's something which I've taught to between 55 and 60 pupils now, and I've not really had one negative comment back. The big thing for me, and the best feeling that you can get as an instructor, is when you teach a skeptic. So somebody who comes and they might be coming with a mate, or they might have read about it and think, oh, yeah, I don't think I'm going to get this, but I'm going to give it a go anyway. They are the best pupils you can have, especially with regards to Aimpoint, because I've taught people who've come, and to be honest, I had the feeling they've come and they almost wanted it to fail, they almost didn't want to learn it. An hour into the 2-hour session, and you can see the smile on the face, you can see the penny drop behind the technique and the method, and it's absolutely fantastic. It's such a good feeling as an instructor that the product is that good, that somebody can come in almost wanting it to fail, should I say, and then halfway through the session the penny drops and and they're having the time of their life almost holding putts. Now, one thing I asked people to do a couple of days ago, I said that I was going to do a brief video into Aimpoint, and I asked people to just send me a couple of words if they've attended one of my sessions. So I've got a few emails here. I'm just going to get my iPad up. I'm just going to read you through what a couple of people thought about the session. So I've got one here. Aimpoint is a simple process that takes the guesswork out of green reading. Fair play. A tool that has longevity. The session itself was insightful and very informative. Easy to learn for any golfer, which matches what I said earlier about all different standards of golf using the system. I reckon it's contributed to my handicap dropping by 3 shots. He reckons. That's a very Yorkshire insight, isn't it? I reckon. Another one here. As a mid-teen handicapper who wanted to stop 3-putting and start to lower my handicap, so goal setting there, very good. I knew my putting needed improvement. That's where James and Aimpoint came in. Thank you very much. The initial session was eye-opening in how effective this method was for helping you sink more putts and gain confidence on the greens. Good, so that sounds like he's enjoying it more. So that's number 1 goal ticked off there. A great tool, again, so he describes it as a tool as well, to use, and you can see the benefits straight away. Trust the process of Aimpoint, and those dreaded 3-putts will soon be a thing of the past. Spoken like a true salesperson. Now, interestingly, one thing that I take from both of those little kind of reviews from people, I think that they're both members here at Huddersfield, I recognise the names, so they both describe it as a tool, which is it's fantastic. So it is a tool. So if you look in the dictionary under the word tool, I believe, what does it say? I've got one down here because I thought it was very interesting. It is a device or implement used to carry out a function. Okay, so yeah, we're going to say it is a device or an implement to carry out a function. What function does it carry out? It basically carries out the function of where do I aim my putts. If you feel like that's something that you struggle with, a lot of people do, then come along and do a session. Come along and, maybe not to me, maybe if you're based down south, obviously there's Jamie, he's the European head instructor. I believe there's Mark just down the M62 at Hull, there's Mike the other side of the M62, obviously that's that way, at Formby. There's loads of instructors based around. Find your closest one and maybe have a chat with them beforehand. That's what I did. The way I got into being an instructor, I arranged a session with Jamie for a bunch of my clients. Not because I thought they were bad putters, but because I thought it would be something different for them to do. Now, when we were through the first session, we did 2 sessions in a day. I was hooked on it. I thought this is such a brilliant, good idea. And I wouldn't say I was sceptical about it initially, because I wasn't, but I didn't think it would be as good as it was. Now, I mean, as a golf person myself, obviously professional, but a golf person first, it was so enjoyable, and I think that's what a lot of people need to take from it. If you can go and enjoy a session, have a day out with your mates and go and learn a new skill, a new tool, then that's obviously going to benefit your golf, and hopefully you're going to enjoy it at the same time. So there's just been a few kind of key points in there. It's been a discussion more than anything, really. I hope you've enjoyed it. No real golf shots on here to speak of, which I know might bore some of you. But I just like to get a few things out there just for people to talk about. Hopefully it's giving you a bit more of a feeling on what Aimpoint is. Go on the website, check it out. I'll put it in the comment in the description below. I'm going to put my social media just on the bottom of the screen here now. Please like and subscribe to the channel, help me out a little bit with that. Really enjoying it so far. Thank you very much. James Robinson, TPI Certified PGA Professional and Aimpoint Instructor, based at the home of Yorkshire Golf, Huddersfield Golf Club. Cheers guys, see you soon.